Hello and welcome to episode 35 of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Um, yeah, I went back and played through the quest that I missed because it was bugging me that I didn't get that S rank. So thanks to the fast forward, I had a save file that was close enough, and that's the perks of OCD saving, I guess. Anyways, hi, I'm Project Aurora. You can follow me on my Twitch at twitch.tv/Project Aurora or join the community Discord as well. The links to both will be in the descriptions below. As always, you can also talk to me in the comments. I love this game. I want to talk about it with people. I love this series. Not even just this game, this series. I love it. Anyways, you recall in the previous episode that we finally completed our field study. Um, and we fought a bone dragon. Yeah, we went off and we caught up to Gideon and the kidnapped noble ladies of the Erebonian Empire. Alphen, the princess, and Elise, who is Reen's sister. We caught up to G, or Gideon, and we fought a bone dragon. And then, when he was about to harm a member of the Imperial family, you may recall, he pulled the knife on Alphen, and some extra comrades of his showed up, S and V, and the leader of them all, C, and they now will be known as the Imperial Liberation Front. The chapter concluded with, the royal family thanking us, seeing the governor of Heimdall, Governor Regnitz, and then I also met with Chancellor Gideon Osborne, who was there as well. It was a lot of, I think, secret dialogue was exchanged, jabs were exchanged between everybody. And if you recall from the scene in Trails in the Sky the Third, um, Olivier, or Prince Oliver, did sort of challenge um, Chancellor Osborne. So that's what that was. And then Reen's chest reacted shortly after Chancellor Osborne said something. So it seems like Chancellor Osborne might be some super deep hidden final boss, or I don't know, but that man he was very imposing. You could tell he was powerful. And we could, also tell that from the previous games as well in Trails in the Sky the Third. He's called the Blood and Iron Chancellor for a reason. So, anyways, let's go ahead and continue and get into chapter 5. And here we are in mid mid August.
Mid August. It was the peak of summer, and the sweltering sun was beating down on the residents of Trista.
I didn't know that he was going to say mid August, by the way. That was actually kind of funny.
After returning from Heimdall, we were given a whopping 5-day summer vacation before the school year resumed. Turns out, Thor sticks to its military roots, only granting extended vacations to students over the New Year's holiday. However, nobles are allowed to visit home, ostensibly to give them time to become familiar with their family's holdings. And, as you might expect, that meant most students from classes 1 and 2 spent summer away from Trista. Meanwhile, classes 3 through 5 were stuck on campus, envying the nobility as they studied and trained as usual. The other members of Class 7 and I chose to stay in Trista as well, facing the heat with our fellow students.
Ugh, it's so hot, I'm dying in here. I'm sick of this heat already. Talking about it is just making me feel even hotter. The Academy should install an orbital air conditioner. At least then it'd be a little easier to cope. An orbital air conditioner? What is that? Well, it's this device that blows out cool air to help regulate a room's temperature. Maybe it'd help if you think of it as the opposite of a stove. Wow, that's some kind of wizardry. I've heard of them, but aren't they supposed to be prohibitively expensive? Only the most modern buildings seem to be able to. Do you have one in your house? Well, there's one in the Rhineford Company's corporate headquarters, yeah. It'd be nice if my mother could spare one, for the academy she sits on the board of directors for. She seems a bit too much, seems a bit too much to hope for. This is a military academy, so I doubt we can expect to be indulged quite that much. Still, a machine to help us keep cool in the summer. Whoever first invented that should get a medal. I'll admit, the summer heat here is more difficult to cope with than in Legram. But as long as I think of it as another part of my training, it doesn't bother me all that much. Rayahard gets similar summer heat waves, but there's usually a breeze blowing in from the canyons at this time of year. That does make summers a bit easier to manage. My hometown's up in the mountains, so it's pretty cool even around this time of year. Actually, now that you mention it, I would have thought you three would go back home for the summer being nobles and all. You were given permission, weren't you? If everyone else was going home, I would have considered it. But in the end, I decided against it. I mean, it wasn't all that long ago I got to see Elise. Maybe next year. I came here to train. Until I feel like I've made significant progress, I have no intention of returning home. Some of you saw my father's mansion. Do you think I'd go back to a place like that willingly? I'd much rather stay here and take my chances with heat stroke. You're really that uncomfortable at home, huh? Still, hot as it is, there's a lot going on right now. I doubt all the people headed to that conference at the end of the month have much time to be worrying about the heat. You make a good point. You're talking about the Western Maria Trade Conference, right? That's the one. There's never been an international conference on that scale before, at least not in modern times. Mayor Dieter Cross? I'm not sure. Probably Cross. Who also happens to be the International Bank of Crossbell CEO, was the first one who proposed it. I've heard that Prince Olivert will be attending on behalf of His Majesty the Emperor, and Chancellor Osborne is supposed to be attending too. Seems crazy to think we met them both just a few weeks ago. The Chancellor in particular was a pretty intimidating figure. Seemed like a big scary monster. I've heard he served in the Imperial Army before becoming a politician. Then, 11 years ago, His Majesty entrusted him with the position of Chancellor. Supposedly, a full 70% of the Imperial Army is under his jurisdiction. His real fame comes from establishing most of the nation's railway network centered on the capital, but he's also been responsible for annexing several smaller countries and independent states around Erebonia. I believe those all took place without any bloodshed, though, at least as far as I'm aware. I wouldn't put too much stock in what he's selling. Military spending in this country has increased exponentially since he took up his position as Chancellor, and that's only possible thanks to the tax revenue he gleans from the people of Heimdall and those annexed nations. Well, he was the one who ordered the construction of those 2 railway guns. They've got pointed at Crossbell, too. At one point, Erebonia was on the verge of a full-scale war with Calvar because of those things. Oh yeah, I heard that it was actually Libro that proposed a way to avoid an armed conflict. They ended up signing the Non-Aggression Pact, right? Yeah, though as I'm sure you've noticed, there's still quite a bit of tension between the 2 countries. I wouldn't be surprised if the issue reared its head again during the trade conference. Chancellor Osborne's been a really popular figure in the capital, though. Popular enough that he seems to have a group of terrorists after him. He does seem to be the Imperial Liberation Front's main target, doesn't he? You know, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator and all that. Indeed, they seem to harbor a deep-seated grudge against him. Ooh, excuse me. Their anger seemed a bit unusual in its intensity, didn't it? He does seem like the type who'd make a lot of enemies, especially with a face like that. Well, I'd rather not speak ill of my father's close ally, but... Come to think of it, isn't the instructor awfully late? It's well past time for homeroom to start. True, it should have started about 10 minutes ago, actually. I swear, that woman. You'd better not be sleeping off another hangover back at the dormitory. Wouldn't put it past her. I wish I could say there's no way our upstanding instructor wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Excuse me. I'll have you know I did no such thing. Today.
Instructor?
Good morning, instructor.
Morning, everyone! Anyway, I'll have you know I've got a good reason for being late today. And that reason is, we're going to be welcoming a new classmate today.
What?
A transfer student at this time of year?
Seriously?
All right, come on in.
Righto. Huh?
Crow?
Crow?
But isn't he a second-year student?
I'm Crow Armbrust. Starting today, I'll be joining you fine folks as a member of Class 7. It's gonna be pretty sweet, guys.
What?
What? I mean, how?
Are you sure you want to know? It's a long tale fraught with the intrigue of school politics.
I don't think I'd put it quite like that. Back in his first year, he slacked off so much that he ended up failing a few of his classes. Then he came crying to me in a panic like, oh, help me, Instructor Sarah, they're not gonna let me graduate. So as a special exception, he's going to be joining us for the next 3 months to pay for his laziness.
You can't be serious.
That's an even more pathetic reason than I was bracing myself for.
I think you already know that Crow was one of the trial users for the Arcus test they ran last year, so I thought he might be a good role model for you. In that sense, anyway. And don't forget, he'll also be joining us on our future field studies, too.
Nice. Looks like you saved me the trouble of having to explain it all. Anyway, let's let the good times roll. Oh, and since we're all classmates now, no need for all that sweet talking you lay on the other second years, all right?
Right. Easier said than done, I fear.
If he was any more laid back, he'd be comatose.
Yo, he's got jokes.
I can't help but notice you left the door open.
Wait, is there someone else too?
Huh? Are you serious?
Oh, I was hoping to catch you off guard. All right, come on in and say hello.
I thought you forgot I was out in the hall!
What?
What?
You must be joking.
Hey, aren't you?
You're the girl we met in the Nord Highlands.
Yuppers! Long time no see, guys! But I see a couple of you I don't know, so I guess I better introduce myself. I'm Milliam Orion. And this here is Eric Getlam, but we'll just call him Lammy for short.
What the hell is that? Holy crap!
It's that thing we saw at Ark's fort.
So this is that strange girl you met in the Nord Highlands.
Oh, and a little house rule before anything gets blown up. No bringing that thing out in the classroom. If he accidentally smashes a wall or blasts through the ceiling, I'm the one who's gonna get chewed out for it.
Boo! Fine. Anyway. Nice to meet you guys.
Tell me you're kidding. Please?
I really wish I could.
Well, I can see we're in for some fun times these next 3 months.
Oh, 3 days went by. At first, no one was sure what to make of Crow Armbrust and Intelligence Division agent Millie Marian's sudden transfer into Class 7. But within a matter of days, it almost felt like they'd been there all along. I'm sure none of you need to be reminded that it was none other than Emperor Dracos who ended the War of the Lions. But did you know that historical records tell us he had an amazingly few soldiers under his command? Initially, his allies numbered only a few confidants and several warriors from Nord, and while supporters rallied to him in each region, his ranks still couldn't hope to compare to the other prince's armies. Nonetheless, they continued to advance, liberating region after region, and after half a year of bloody battles, Prince Dracos met perhaps his most well-known supporter. Millium, right? Would you happen to know the historical figure to whom I'm referring? Sure do. Leanne Sandlot, also known as the Lance Maiden. Oh, right you are, well done. Sandlot was the daughter of a count who ruled over a remote region, and accounts tell us she showed great martial skill from a young age. In particular, her skill with the lance was unparalleled. No records exist of her even being bested in combat. The Lance Maiden also had a group of mighty warriors under her command who fought alongside her in battle. Perhaps you'd like to illuminate us as to the name of this famous band, Reen? Crow's asleep. The group of mighty warriors led by the Lance Maiden, that's the Eisenritter. Eisenritter, also known as the Iron Knights. They were a band of knights said to be able to charge across the battlefield like lightning, cutting down all in their path. Correct, you've done your homework. The wandering prince met the Lance Maiden one day during a prolonged conflict in a remote region of the country. After recognizing each other as reliable and trustworthy, they pledged to fight together under a united banner. With the Lance Maiden and her knights bolstering his ranks, Dracos' armies swept through one region after another. In just a year, he was able to defeat the other princes and free the imperial capital Heimdall. As an interesting footnote, the castle the Eisenritter used as their base of operations 250 years ago this happens to be only a hop, skip, and a jump away from Laura's home in Legram. Indeed, it's known as Lohengrin Castle. It's a beautiful old building situated on the shore of Lake Ebel, to the west of Legram. Oh, you've mentioned that before. I feel like the next field study we're going to Laura's place. Does anyone live there now? Crow really is knocked out. No. Due to the dangerous terrains there, no one goes near it. These days, it exists simply as a relic of a bygone age. The Arcade family is responsible for the care and maintenance of the castle, though, really. Only minimal work is done. Speaking of the Arcade house, wasn't one of your ancestors the Eisenritter's second in command? Indeed, the Lance Maiden's most trusted assistant and confidant from what I understand. The Sandlot family line ended with the death of the Lance Maiden, and it's partly because of that the Arcade family mourns her death each year. I see. Ooh, what a fascinating story. The Grandma never had a mission there, so I've never been able to go. Maybe I should have stopped by when I went to Berea Heart a while back. You think she'd at least try to conceal the fact that she gets sent all over the country on secret missions? I know, she totally just let it slip that she was doing something in Berea Heart too. Well, I suppose it's better than her being all distant and cagey around us. AP increased by 1. Hell yeah. Okay, so tomorrow's a free day, which means that next Wednesday you'll have your usual practical exam. You better all bring your A game. Oh, Milliam and Crow? A few must-have instructional materials you guys are going to need as part of Class 7 finally showed up. I'll hand that stuff off to you once we're done here, so I want you to come with me to the faculty lounge. Righto. Man, what a drag. Alright, homeroom's out for the day. Flee while you can. Machias, if you'll do the honors. Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow. So, what do you think? Well, I don't think we have to be on guard around her, at least. Same, but I'd rather she kept that giant silver thing of hers hidden. I don't think she's a bad girl. I was taking a nap in the courtyard yesterday, and she came and fell asleep next to me. What does that have to do with whether or not she's trustworthy? They look like a couple of kittens all curled up together. Their personalities may be worlds apart, but they're both rather cat-like in their own ways. She can't be more than 12 or 13, still practically a child. Yeah, you're right. She's so chipper all the time that it's hard to be really cold toward her. Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to spurn her. She's got this natural charm, I think. Be that as it may, her presence here reeks of blood and iron, if you take my meaning. Well, it certainly seems that way.
As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
It's hard to believe a girl like that could be an agent of the Intelligence Division. But just going off what happened in North, there's not much that would make me doubt it now. And then there's that thing, Air Getlum, that's always with her. She calls it Lammy, but aside from its name, we don't really know anything about it. It seems to be made from some strange material with both metallic and ceramic properties. Hard, but pliable. Agreed. It doesn't look like anything you can make even with the most cutting-edge orbital technology. When I touched it, it felt really nice and cold. Wow, so you actually touched it? It hasn't escaped my notice that it seems strikingly similar to the combat shells we fight in our practical exam. I think it's safe to assume that they share some kind of common origin. Yeah. The instructor said she was forced to accept it, though, in a sense, Milliam was forced on us too. You're welcome to think what you will, but I don't trust her. Either way, she's technically our classmate now, like it or not. It may be a little early to tell whether we can trust her as a friend, but we should be able to figure out pretty quickly whether we can count on her as a member of Class 7. Well, that's a logical way of breaking it down, at least. You're right, it's still pretty early to make sweeping judgments. Knowing her background would be great, but what's really important is whether we can count on her in a fight. Agreed. As students of a military academy, that's probably the most important issue. We'll have to wait and see. Well, considering we're living in the same dormitory, it'd be good if we all got along. Oh, that must be for the two empty rooms, one for Milliam, one for Crow. Makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't want her to think we're trying to make her feel unwelcome either. And then there's Crow. What's he like, Reen? You seem like you get along with him pretty well. I don't know if I put it quite like that. If I had to say, I describe him as a capricious gambling addict, way too prone to ante up for every hand. Excuse me, sorry, I had to yawn. Adios, help us. He sounds like the kind of miscreant one would be better off avoiding. You can count on him when the chips are down, though. He really helped me out last month when Elias went into the old schoolhouse. He's good in a fight, and pretty handy with his Arcus, too. Maybe we're worrying over nothing then. Still, I'm not really sure how to connect with them, you know? Well, at least we're in separate dorms for the time being. We'll just have to see how things go. Alrighty. Following us up already.
Hello, Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Oh, hi there, Reen. Do you have a moment?
Toa? Well, this is a surprise. What can I do for you?
You've got a new student in your class now, right? Well, her student notebook is ready, so I figured it'd be best to get it to her as soon as possible. And since you handled it last time, would you mind coming to get it for her?
Oh, you're talking about Milliam. Sure thing. I'll come get it right away. You want me to swing by the student council room then?
That'd be great. Thanks.
She sure doesn't waste any time. I should head on over to the student council room before it gets too late.
taking a quick drink. One moment. Oh, there we go. Gotta save. And they give me options like that, I got to save.
The door's open! Come on in!
Sorry if I disturbed you.
Oh, Rean! Not at all. Sorry for making you come all the way out here.
Don't worry about it. It's class business anyway. That's quite the spread you've got on your desk there. Is it just me, or does your workload only ever seem to increase?
Well, I've got a little extra going on right now that's keeping me a little busier than normal. Anyway, this is Milliam's notebook. Crow's already got one, along with the added pages on the Arcus units you all have, so she's the last one who needs it.
Alright, I'll be sure to pass this on to Milliam next time I see her. Actually, if you don't mind my asking, how much do you know about why she's here at the Academy?
All I know is that she came with a recommendation from the Army's Intelligence Division, really. You know those combat shells you fight in your practical exams? They're being used with the Emperor's authorization. Apparently, it's something similar for Milliam. They can't deny her admission if the Emperor's pushing it through.
This goes all the way up to His Majesty?
Seems like it. The Chancellor was the one who set up both the Intelligence Division and the Railway Military Police. But neither of those organizations could have been established without His Majesty's consent. That's what's unusual. Anyway, because of that, the Academy can't really turn down a direct referral with that kind of backing.
So that's how it is. But even accounting for that, I never would have expected Crow to be transferred into our class too.
Yeah. I was just as shocked as you when I found out. I knew he was a habitual class cutter, but I always figured he at least had enough credits to graduate. I feel like a failure as student council president for not noticing. Maybe even a failure as a friend.
Whoa there! I think you're being a little hard on yourself. What about Angelica? Does she have enough credits to graduate?
Angie at least makes sure to attend the classes she needs for graduation. Apparently, Crow not only hadn't attended enough class units, he also didn't turn in some essential assignments. But as long as he's active and engaged with his Class 7 work over the next couple months, he'll be able to graduate.
Ah. Still, I get the distinct feeling this 1-2 punch of transfer students wasn't just a happy coincidence. Am I right?
Well, yeah. The principal thought placing Crow in Class 7 might be beneficial for the rest of you, too. His grades might be a sorry sight, but he really knows how to get things done when he wants to. Did you know he was responsible for all of the event planning at last year's Academy Festival?
Crow did that? Voluntarily?
It might be kind of awkward having a second-year student in your class, but I hope you guys will all get along. That goes for Milliam, too, of course. She might have an unusual background, but at the end of the day, she's still a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So she really is 13 then?
Yeah, she scored really well on her entrance exam, though, so I think she can handle the curriculum fine. She might be small, but she can roll up her sleeves with the best of them.
Now where have I heard of someone like that before? Oh, sorry. Looks like I've got a call coming in.
Go ahead and answer. I don't mind. I wouldn't want you to miss anything important.
Alright. Excuse me then. Hello? Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Hello, Reen. It's your favorite instructor here. Are you still on the academy grounds by any chance?
As much as it pains me to say it, I am.
No need to sound so suspicious. It's just that after I gave Milliam all the things I had for her, she just took off somewhere. You know how she tends to be kind of a mischief maker, so could you find her and drag her back to the dorms for me?
Alright. I can only imagine what would happen if she were to flash that silver thing of hers around on the academy grounds again.
Yeah, I'd really rather avoid a repeat of yesterday. Anyway, I leave it in your capable hands, brave leader of Class 7. Mwah!
Wait a second. When did I become the...
She really does trust you. Anyway, I'll let you go then. Are you still up for helping me with a few requests tomorrow?
Of course. I'll be around. Still, I know you've got a full slate and all, but try not to overwork yourself. And if there's anything else I can do to make life a little easier for you, don't hesitate to ask.
Sure. And thanks.
Alright, I guess I better start looking for Milliam. Where do I even start? She could be almost anywhere. I should probably ask a couple of others for help. I doubt I'll accomplish much just checking places at random. Come to think of it, I haven't gotten Crow's number yet either. I think 2 other classmates will be enough for this, though. Though I should remember to ask him when I get a chance. Huh. Well. Who are we gonna bring? I guess we'll bring Emma. And not Emma. Emma and Isis, Elisa. At this, I think I'll just take Eustace. Alright, I understand. It doesn't seem wise to leave her on her own. She probably saw much here that's new. She probably saw so much here that's new to her that she took off exploring. Yeah, I think you're right. I doubt she's left the academy grounds yet, though, so we should be able to find her. I'll just have to think, if I were new here, what would seem the most interesting, then check all those places. I agree. Let's go find her. Reen Schwarzer. It seems as though you've been working very hard on your field studies, and even harder when you help the student council. I can hardly imagine how many people you've helped tackle their problems, all while showing compassion and honor. As an instructor here at Thors, you could not have made me prouder. That's very kind of you, but I'm sure I've done anything someone else in my shoes wouldn't have. To be honest, I'd say the people I've helped let me develop as a person. To be honest, I'd say the people I've helped have let me develop as a person, so it's anything but a chore. The more you talk, the more right I know I am. I hereby present you with the Medal of Compassion. Medal of Compassion. Miss Herschel won this last year's, so you know you're in good company. While this is far from a formal award ceremony, I do hope you'll accept. Even so, this is quite an honor. Of course I'll accept. Thank you very much. Having the ability and the will to help others is a precious thing. I hope that you continue to do so as you grow older. Marine, come here a sec. You know, you've gotten a real air of confidence since you first showed up here at Thor's. Really? I haven't noticed much of a difference. Maybe it's because of all the difficult opponents we've had to face over the course of the year? Yeah, I've heard you've been through a lot on those field studies or whatever. I've got to give this to someone, so I figure it might as well be you. What? I'm in charge of handing out one of the Lionheart medals this year, so yeah. It's the Medal of Valor. Congrats. Steve, Medal of Valor. Hey. Oh, thank you so much. It's a real honor to be awarded something like this. Well, keep up the good work, I guess. Crow and Angelica got it last year, and to be honest, I think you're on track to accomplish just as much as they did. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off, but this is going to motivate me to work even harder from now on. What do these things do? EP plus 100, arts plus 25. Oh, hello! Strength plus 25, speed plus 5. Ooh. Oh yeah. I have to give that to Reen. Or I could give it to Laura, who is slow as fuck. She is pretty slow. 90 speed might help. Or I can just give it to Reen. Oh yeah, well actually I pulled a, not pulled, but just right, I got a Gladiator, speed 5, move 5, a strat featuring Mishy, part of a set. I think I'll give this to Fee. Anyways, I could swear I picked up a Gladiator belt, auto CP up, yeah. Let's do this. Where's that Gladiator belt? Oh. I might just keep it like this. If he that well, not that running Mishy. Maybe something that prevents some stuff. Huh. Speed 3 and prevents delay. Interesting. Medal of Compassion. Yeah, I think I'll give it the Medal of Valor to Laura when she's in the party at least. Kitty strap. Plus 50, arts plus 5. Sure. Alrighty. Be on our way. My father was persistent in his attempts to convince me to return home. He said that as the daughter of the Count Altheim, I have duties to attend to. I in turn explained to him that as an instructor, my highest priority is my devotion to my students. I probably won't be able to be quite so selfish once I marry. Wait a minute, the Altheim family is one of the best known families in the Sutherland province. I guess Instructor Mary has more to worry about than I thought. Huh. She's supposed to give me a medal too, apparently. Actually, you know what? Since I didn't do too much, and it's already in this episode, let me just load that save real quick. Let me see if she gives it to me. I'm wondering if it was like a missable. Because the other ones gave it to me, but she did not, and I find that interesting. So, do a little bit of research, shall we? Oops, wrong way. Oh, no? Okay. I was just curious. They didn't give me one, but if I go down here... Yep, he gave it to me. Alright, cool, whatever. Not a big deal. Yeah, alright, not a big deal. I was just curious about that. Don't know why I didn't get it. Maybe it has something to do with bonding with people. Medal of Friendship. You know, I haven't done a lot of bonding events with Elliot. He's about the only person I haven't fucking bonded with. On the bonding event with anyway. Let's see. Let's go check. Engineering building. Oh wow, first guess? Oh, this is the Orbital bike everyone was talking about. I want to try it. It'll need some more fine tuning before you'll be able to do that. You do have the option of riding alongside me, however. I'm always willing to take cute little ladies like you for a ride. Really? I kind of want to have a race though. I want to see if Lammy is faster than your bike. I don't know what this Lammy is, but it takes some guts to challenge me to a race. Now I'm really starting to take a liking to you. It didn't take long for those two to hit it off. Angelica and George are really good at taking care of others. Oh hey there, what's up? Truth is, Rain explained to George that Instructor Sarah had asked them to drive Milliam back to the dorms. No way, there's still plenty I want to do. If that's how you're gonna play it, then I'm not gonna let you catch me. Our race is gonna have to wait. Very well, I look forward to seeing you around again. For sure, catch you later. Wait up, Milliam. Off she goes. You could have at least pretended to try and catch her, Angelica. Green, sweetie, surely you've realized that I always side with my lovely ladies. I have to say though, she's even more peculiar than I'd heard. Yeah, I really like to see this Lammy she keeps talking about too. Tell her she's always welcome here for us, will you? Alright, okay, let's go search somewhere else. Oh man, I thought I had made it to where it was guaranteed. Alright, to the gym. Training hall maybe? Oh, nope. Don't see why she'd be in here. What do you say? This is the girls' locker room. If I walked in, my death would be swift. Blissful, but swift. Oh, look at all that water. That's gotta be refreshing. I kinda wanna take a dip. Phew, I finally found you. Oh hey, Rain. Hey, do you know if I get to take swimming lessons while I'm here? I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't. Has Instructor Sarah given you your school swimsuit yet? Nah, all I got today was my uniform. She told me I'd get it tomorrow. I can't wait though. I wish I could go I wish I could go swimming right now. Some lessons aren't as fun as they sound. You guys think too much. Besides, all this pool talk really makes me want to go for a swim. Oh, I know. Milliam? Ta-da! I can wear this. It's totally waterproof and dries in no time. Now it's no problem if I get wet. Please think this over. What's she gonna do? Like cannonball in? On your mark, get set, go! William, are you okay? That was way too fun. Hop on in. The water's nice and cool. She just doesn't care, does she? Yeah. We should go get her. Oh, where'd Milliam go? You timed her escape perfectly. She was headed toward the girls' locker room, so you probably just missed her. You must have run because she didn't want us to haul her back to the dorm. Well, we should look somewhere else. Maybe the horses? No? Oh, the twin. Old schoolhouse, maybe? That's not. Oh, we have to catch her and put an end to it. Oh, Academy Field. Wait, no, I was just there. I didn't see anything. Who was that little hurricane? She just came out of nowhere and dragged Eustace off to the stables. Ah. I haven't done this in forever. Onward, mighty steed, full speed ahead. Get down this instant. That voice couldn't mean anything but trouble. Oh, hey everybody. Are you still chasing me? What in the world are you up to? It's been so long since we went horse riding in Nord, I thought I'd give it another shot. This is so fun. It's totally different than flying around on Lammy. Will someone please escort her far, far away from the stables? Why did you have to be so stubborn, Eustace? You must get that from your dad. I'm not even going to dignify that with the response. And how would you know that what my father's personality is like to begin with? Wow, Milliam even managed to throw Eustace for a loop there. What's with this girl? Who cares? I'm on the horse now. Time for a ride. Time to ride. To the highway. Hi-yo. Horsey. Away. Get your hands off the reins at once. Ha ha ha. Let's go. Milliam, wait. So began Milliam's horseback adventures. Took off without the slightest concern for the buried souls he left behind. After riding around with increasingly irritated Eustace for what seemed like an eternity, came to a stop. You little. That was the best. We should totally do it again sometime. And off she goes. Are you okay? I'm fine. That girl doesn't have a lick of sense. She's got energy to spare, doesn't she? Hopefully she'll slow down by the time we catch up to her. Time to start looking again.
So this is Thor's military academy, huh? I think I'm gonna like it here. Ooh, I wonder what the view from the rooftop's like. Huh?
I should have guessed you'd be here. Hi guys, did you come looking for me again? Don't give me that hi guys. Green's right, you know we've walked the length and breadth of the grounds looking for you. Let's go back to the dorm. Sure thing! After the chase you led us on, you're just giving up that easy? Well, I've seen enough for one day. Tomorrow's a free day, so that's when I can really start exploring. At least she's the type to plan ahead. She's sure a lively girl. Yeah, let's put it like that. Alright, let's get her back to the dorm before she changes her mind. Sounds good. Wowzers, that was so much fun. This town's got a nice feel to it too. I think I'm gonna like it here. Oh, I wonder where I should go tomorrow. I'm glad someone's having fun. But maybe you could spare a thought for the people who've been running all over the school grounds looking for you. Yeah. Oh yeah, we should exchange Arcus numbers, Millium. We need to be able to reach you quickly if there's ever an emergency. Sure thing. My number is the... Exchange numbers with Millium. Tell everyone else when you get back to the dorms, okay? Yeah, of course. Yay! Oh yeah, I should try calling Lecter and Claire later. I'll bet they'll be surprised. She really does seem like a typical 13-year-old girl for the most part. Makes for a perfect disguise, though. Come to think of it, what happened to that big doll of yours? Oh, you mean Lammy? He's right here. What? Come on out. Millium, don't call him out here or you'll... Whoa, what's that? It's like a huge silver doll. This is so cool. Is it yours? Awesome. He sure is, isn't he? Millium. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us taking care of Millium. She's going to be living at the academy. I need to find some way to drill some common sense into her. Eventually, we were able to pull the kids away and convince them to go back to their homes. And after forcing Millium to hide Aragetlum again, we made the trek back to the dormitory, flying all the way.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone.
Just been making myself at home here.
Crow?
What brings you to our dormitory?
Well, I am a member of Class 7 now, so I've been given the go-ahead to move into this dorm now.
What?
Seems awfully sudden.
But man, Sharon sure makes some amazing coffee. If I'd had a cup of that, I would have been banging down the door to join Class 7 months ago.
You flatter me, Master Crow. Would you like me to bring some of the cakes I baked earlier as well?
Do you even need to ask?
Wow.
Anyway, sorry it kind of came out of nowhere, but it's good to be here.
Looks like he's already made himself at home.
So you're gonna be living here too, huh?
Yep, us newcomers have to stick together, right? I just finished hauling all my stuff over from my old dorm. Looks like I ended up in the room right across from yours, Reen.
I see. I can already see things getting a lot more lively around here.
Ooh, man, moving all those things really tired me out. I was hoping I could just stow all my junk in my old room, but Toa wouldn't let me.
I doubt that comes as any real surprise.
You must be pretty exhausted. Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any to officially welcome you to the Class 7 dormitory.
The pleasure's mine. And seriously, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. Come on, loosen up a little. We're classmates now. Just treat me like one of the gang and we're golden.
You sure about that? All right, one of the gang it is. Feels weird to think of you that way after all this time, though.
Well, if you say so.
I don't think I've got anything to worry about with you. Oh, and if you guys don't mind, I want to get in on the action when you explore the old schoolhouse tomorrow. Gotta get back in the groove with my Arcus again, after all.
Huh? A schoolhouse? Who'd want to go to school on their day off?
Well, we've got this special schoolhouse here.
Green explained the labyrinth beneath the old schoolhouse to Milliam.
Whoa, really? That sounds kind of cool. I want to come too.
How did I know you were going to say that? Didn't I just get done telling you how dangerous it is?
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. As long as I've got Lammy, it'll be easy peasy. And if you didn't take me with you, I'd just break down the door and come after you.
I wouldn't be surprised if she really did it either.
All right. Have it your way. I'll be sure to let you and Crow know when I'm planning on heading into the old schoolhouse tomorrow. But don't just go wandering in there on your own without us, all right?
Yes, sir! Oh, I can't wait to see what it's like down there. So exciting! I might not even be able to sleep tonight.
It's a labyrinth full of monsters here, not a theme park.
Looks like I better give my pistols a little TLC tonight.
And that concludes my overview of the next field study schedule. How are things coming along on your end, Instructor Valstein? Well, I've contacted all the relevant authorities, and I've also considered the group placement of our 2 transfer students. Excellent. Now let me ask you once more, are you both certain that you're in favor of going forward with this? I do feel like it may be a bit early for them, but I see no reason not to. As students here, they're going to have to face it sooner or later. I am in full support. Furthermore, I've already secured the Lieutenant General's permission to proceed. Very well then, we will continue as planned. This may be a difficult reality for the students of Class 7 to face, but I can only hope that grappling with it now will help guide them down the right path. Chapter 5, Signs and Omens. Well, now we gotta talk to the squad out in the dormitory. You didn't bring much. Oh, was that Blade? Oh no. Feels like to gamble. Yo, sure didn't take long for you to pay me a visit. Who would have thought we'd end up right across the hall from each other? Guess you're just fated to be a part of my life, huh? So you say. It'll feel strange knowing you'll be living here from now on. It all happened so suddenly that it hasn't really sunk in yet. It's okay, you don't have to hold back your joy at getting to live with the cool second year all the time. Yeah, I guess you did help me out in a big way last month, down in the old schoolhouse. I couldn't help but notice you've got quite a collection of games here. Sure do. I brought them all over from my old dorm room. I'm not exactly smelling like a rose as far as credits go, but you've got to give yourself a break now and then, right? Wise words, though in your case, I get the impression you're never all that busy to begin with. Anyway, we're classmates and dorm buds now, so be sure to keep it casual between us. I'm sure you'll get used to it soon enough. I'll try at least. He's got a poster and everything up too. Whatever. Practicing music as always. Tomorrow's the big day. We'll be having our performance at the church. Just thinking about it is giving me butterflies in my stomach. Not sure what my schedule's going to be like tomorrow, but I'll definitely come see you if I have time. Thanks, it'd be great to have you there cheering me on. I'm helping fill in for Hibel, so he's counting on me too. Okay. Very fate of the chess club rides on tomorrow's match. I'll have to use every spare minute between now and then to sharpen my skills. Wow, you're really fired up about this, Pull up, Machias. Thanks. The dorm's bound to become a lot more lively now that Crow and Milliam are living with us. I can't help but wonder what sort of wind those two will blow into our class. I suppose only the goddess herself knows. Let's just hope it's a good one. Hey there, Eustace. What's that you're reading? Oh, it's just you. Don't surprise me like that. Sorry about that. Is that a letter from your brother? Not quite. It's nothing terribly important. It dawns on me now that tomorrow will be our first free day since Crow and Milliam joined the class. You'll have to watch Milliam like a hawk, to ensure she doesn't stir up any trouble. Wait, why is that my responsibility? Across from Instructor Sarah. She's got a lot of stuff. Hey, Reen, what's up? I got my room all nice and tidy now. Oh, this is pretty cute. Now that it's all fixed up, you've even got dolls in here and everything. I know, right? I just wish I was allowed to bring Lammy out in the dorm. He'd really tie the place together. Yeah, that probably isn't a good idea. It's a pretty old building, and you'd get in big trouble if you ended up smashing your room's walls. Or the floor. I guess. What a bummer. Oh well, I'll just take him to the park when I want to play with him. It's not like he's a dog or something. I've got lacrosse practice tomorrow, but this is not one I'm looking forward to, all because Ferris refuses to stop pestering me about competing with her. I wish she'd just stop. I wonder which ones I should wear tomorrow. I guess the Stragos will do. Easy to move around in. Isn't Strega a classic shoe brand? I never knew you were so discerning about your shoes. I guess. It may be incredibly hot, but on the bright side, the swimming club is that much more of a refreshing experience, especially now that Monica has been improving her times by leaps and bounds. I should learn from her example and keep improving myself every day. Huh. No Emma. Oh. Huh? What's Celine doing here? She seems to have made her way in. Did something happen, Celine? Mew. Maybe she's hungry. No. No, doesn't look that way. If only we could understand her. Yes, wouldn't that be nice? Sharon doing her thing as usual. Lady Sarah will be returning home late today. You made mention of an important discussion with the principal. Principal? Wonder what that entails. A small number of possibilities come to mind. However, I believe they are most likely discussing what highly difficult task to assign to you next. I really hope not. Seems like Class 7's going on another field study together. At this rate. Let's see here. Well, no, guess that's everybody to talk to. Call it a day? Student Council tasks, August. Thor's 7 mysteries. Lately, the other girls have been going on about the 7 mysteries of the Academy. I desire this grim knowledge. If you do too, visit the Occult Research Society Club Room in the Student Union Building. Barrel, Year 1, Class 3. Side by Sidecar, we're adding a new feature to the bike, and we want you to give it a test run. Come see us in the engineering building when you're ready to ride. George and Angelica. Did anyone in Class 7 actually read these? If I wrote whatever I wanted here, would they investigate the old schoolhouse regardless? Perhaps I should use this opportunity to tell a joke. I know just the one. Two men walk into a bar. Instructors Neidhart and Thomas. Perhaps? And one says to the other, "Oh, blast it, I'm out of room." Principal Van Dyke. Looks like there's quite a few today. Noah seemed pretty swamped when I saw her. too. Not sure what it is that's keeping her so busy, but I want to do what I can to lighten the burden. And then there's the old schoolhouse too. I'll have to free up some time for that. Revealed. I guess we'll just have to see what we turn up this month. I promised to tell Crow and Million when I was going, so I'll have to give them a call when I'm ready to head in. Oh, are you leaving early today? Yeah, I was just about to head out. You take care then. The sky is looking a little ominous today, so I suggest taking an umbrella. You sure? It seems like another boiling summer day to me. Perhaps it is right now, but I have a hunch it won't last the day. Either way, I pray you'll have another fruitful day. Thanks, Sharon. I'll see you later then. Kane Special Ops uniform. Special Ops faceplate. Hold up. We got the new fit. Where's my Special Ops uniform? Why can't I equip it? Somebody else equip it? Oh, I can't change their outfits right now. Alright, man, I was excited too. I was all like, hey. Anyways, that's gonna go ahead and conclude this episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know, we'll finish up as much, if not all, of the class stuff, you know, the free day stuff, so we get into the practical and the next field study as quick as possible. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time, friends.